Sivaya Nama, Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Sokkanatha Venba, verse number 86. The verse goes this way. நின் பாடல் என்று நினை பாடல் அன்றியே என் பாடல் எங்கே இறைவனே நின் பாடல் ஆமே தனுவாதி ஆகம நாள் வாக்காதியாமே நீ சொக்கநாதா. Today's verse reminds me of one of the verses from Sonasaila Malai written by Karpanai Kalanjiyam Siva Prahasar. It's a beautiful set of 100 verses. One should never miss to read that. In that particular text, our teacher, Karpanai Kalanjiyam Siva Prahasar, wrote a wonderful verse, and in that he says, Lord Shiva, you are having as a earpiece, you are having all musicians who can sing and play all the musical instruments in a very blissful manner. We call it as kinnar and inburudar. They are constantly singing and at the same time playing lovely music as part of your earpiece itself. The earpiece is nothing but what Shiva is wearing as part of his earrings. Along with that, Lord Shiva is also holding on to a deer on his hand, where the deer is actually facing Lord Shiva. And we all know when a deer is making a sound, it's so horrible to listen. So which means, according to Lord Shiva, he has musicians just residing on his ears itself, which means he's constantly listening to the music, and at the same time he's also constantly listening to the sound which is not so pleasant raised by deer. So which means he doesn't have any prejudice, he doesn't have any preference or any kind of judgment over there, whether this is nice or this is not nice or whatever. Similar to that, 4 saints wrote Thevaram and Thiruvasagam. That's such a beautiful verse. It's so sweet, it is so energetic, and name it, you get that benefit when you're reading the Padigams. At the same time, I'm also writing verses. How can you compare these two? If you want to do a simple comparison, imagine 4 of them wrote verses which is equivalent to Kinnar and Inburudar, the musicians, whereas whatever I'm writing is equivalent to the sound that the deer is making. Now imagine how humble or how he has just lowered down himself and he has surrendered completely to Lord Shiva. Now that particular verse meaning is exactly fitting into this 86th verse. Our Guru is also specifying something similar to that. There are verses which sings praise of Lord Shiva, which we all know, Vedas, Agamas and Tirumurai. Vedas and Agamas and Tirumurai sings fully praises Lord Shiva, and it is so sweet to hear it. It energizes us when we hear it. At the same time, I'm also writing verses. Can you compare these two? We cannot compare because it's completely different. That's what our Guru is humbling himself in front of Lord Shiva. And at the same time, he says, Lord Shiva, Agamas came from you. Vedas came from you. Tirumurai also came from you. That is why our Tirunjana Sambandar used to say, my words are not my words, it is all your words. Which means you are in me and you are the one singing these verses. So he just completely surrenders himself. Similar to that, our Guru is also saying, we all know there are 4 types of sound. We call it as Vakadi. It starts all the way from the navel region and it goes all the way until our tongue and it is heard outside. When it is in our navel region, the words are very, very subtle in nature that no one can really understand it. And slowly when it moves up to the chest and the throat region and then it reaches our tongue, that is where, due to our karmic deeds, the words get a little bit distorted or the words get a little bit harsh. Now if you look at Vak, which is basically the sound or When you talk about the world of sound, the only person who rules that is Lord Shiva, which means our words or our thoughts, the words that we are making, which is coming out, is 100% based on Lord Shiva's. It's coming from Lord Shiva himself. Now you may ask a question. If everything is coming from Lord Shiva, then why am I being so harsh? It is because the moment it comes on to our throat region and across, our karmic deeds will play an important role. That is why our words are coming in a very, very harsh and impolite manner. So, when you talk about my words, am I singing it? No, I'm singing it with my words, which means my words are from your world. You are the one ruling that. So, the understanding is even my verses, whenever I sing you, these verses are also only Lord Shiva. It is from you directly. So he's completely surrendering himself to say whatever I do, whatever I say is because of you and it is yours. That is what verse number 86 is all about. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam.